I am so tired of people talking about these weasels, these debate weasels, and talking about like, oh, he's such a good debater, he's the best debater, he never loses debates, this, that, and the third. Half of these people I see people, about are weasels. Now, what is a weasel? A weasel is someone in a debate who uses dirty tactics to win. It's a bit like a fighter, a boxer, who puts plaster of Paris or concrete in their gloves. Yeah, they'll win, everything will look nice, but are they really good fighters if they have to do that? That's how I feel about weasels. Now, weasel, example is Destiny. Destiny is a great example. They use filler words. This is one aspect. They use filler words all the time, these weasels. They say things like, oh, absolutely, obviously, totally, clearly, this, that, and the third, all these other phrases. And when they throw in these assertive words, it makes their points sound really good. But realize these are filler words. These words don't actually mean anything. Right? If you get a, it's like putting lipstick on a pig. They have a terrible argument, then they put nice little lipstick on it. And then some people fall for like, well, in their brain, they don't consciously say this, but in their brain they're like, well, he said obviously, totally, clearly, all this stuff. It must be true. But in reality, it's just a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of filler. Or they use words, this is the second part. They use words to obfuscate their position. So they say things like, kind of like this, or maybe like this, or I'm not sure about this, but, make a point. Other words of the sort. So they don't really make a claim. And the reason why they do this is very simple. They do it so when they get shown up on their point, when they say, well, maybe this is the case. And then you come back and say, well, no, because of this, that, and the third. And they're like, well, I said maybe, I wasn't really claiming that position. But they keep arguing from this position of, they stand, when they're going after you, they argue from this position of maybe, kind of, blah, blah, blah. Then once you counter it, they go back. Right? So it's a way of weaseling. It's literally, it's being a little slippery fish in a debate. The easiest way to tell if someone's a weasel in a debate is very simple. Look at what they say, right? Listen to what they say. Get a notepad out and type out what they said. And if you know how argument formats are, put it into the premises and conclusions. If you do this and you see a bunch of fallacies, take away the filler words, take away absolutely, clearly, totally. Take those away. If there's a bunch of fallacies, if there's a bunch of non sequiturs, a bunch of mental retardation, I mean, sometimes that's what you see. That's how you know these people are not actually good debaters. They're just weasels. Now, what would you do if you're facing a weasel? First of all, you have to slow them down and rewind everything. If they say something stupid, you can't let that go by. Say, well, hold on. Is that what you said? Make them go back. Now, it's much more effective in a public debate, in a more private setting. It's very annoying dealing with these people. But also, another thing to note is a lot of these weasels talk really fast or they gish gallop. Destiny's a great example. Destiny talks like, well, obviously, totally, this is, he just goes so fast. It's very hard to catch a lot of these things. So, and it's also very hard to catch because, not only because he's talking so fast, but also because we have an emotional response to someone else speeding up. Alright, if someone's talking normally in a debate, like, yeah, I believe this, and I believe this, and I believe this, then we have a emotional trigger to speed up with them. We feel because they're speeding up, we have to speed up. You have to resist that as well. So there's weaseling for you. Don't get weaseled in a debate, and don't be a weasel, because that means you're just not a good debater. And a lot of these people, pay attention, do these things. A lot of these people are quote-unquote good debaters. A lot of them are actually weasels.